Wade coming at you live in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Saturday wsop.com grind.
Are we on?
Yep, we are on. We're on. We're playing the $50 5K guaranteed today. We go ahead and load it up. We've got the lovely Exmoa below us.
Hello, hello, hello.
And, let's get this going here. Man, we had a roller coaster last night. I lost it. Just kind of lost it.
Well, that's what happens when I'm away from the stream for a week, Dutch, is that you are not emotionally ready.
I wasn't. We were at the final table with about half the chips in play with 4 left. We lost a really, really big pot to Durden when he shoved against our 10s with his King 6. And yeah, we just lost it. We just lost it. Looking back on that video, I'm kind of embarrassed a little bit.
And you should be.
A little bit.
Did you download? Did you copy that video over? By
no,
the way,
I didn't.
Well, you probably should do that.
Definitely,
Mr. Boyd.
I mean, I don't really feel like we tilted off. I don't really feel like there were definitely some hands that I wish I played differently. In particular, the 9-4 hand. You know, the more I thought about it, I thought about what Silent Tony said, and Silent Tony, I mean, he and I disagree about the way to play a lot of hands, but the more I thought about it, the more what he said, you know, that quote, do not, you know, when your opponent is about to make when your opponent is about to make a mistake, don't interrupt them. I think that's good advice. The more I thought about it, the more I thought, why didn't I just call with that 9-4 when I hit the trip 4s? Well, because I felt like calling would look like an ace. I felt like calling would look like an ace, and I felt like raising wouldn't. And I thought that maybe I'd be able to induce just a jam there from him. But the more I think about it, and then Ming the Merciless came on and said the same thing. The more I think about it, the more I think that was a game. That was a game ender right there. I mean, that pop probably would have gotten us to first instead of just extracting what, five big blinds out of him, 6 big blinds. I mean, that's not what we're trying to do. We were going for the whole stack, and I think we could have gotten it if we just called on that flop. So definitely would have done that differently. How about those pocket 2s at the end? You know, it went around. The last time we had shoved all in, I had 5-4 against that guy. So I felt like a 3-bet or like a 3x was more likely to get through than a shove. Of course, when we 3x and then he shoves for 14 bigs, and we're looking down at pocket 2s and feeling like we're ahead of overcards, I don't have any problem with the call. I've been at final tables before where I raised just to fold pocket 2s just because I go, well, I'm either a small favorite or a big dog. That's true, but you're a small favorite much, much, much more often than you are a big dog. And when you have that dead money in the pot, I think it's time to go ahead and just take your small favorite, flip that coin, and see if you can win. Let's go ahead and do a little quad mining, boys. Pocket 4s, Jack 6-3. That's not quite the flop we're looking for, and I think we're just going to give up. Check fold, Dr. Boom. We got some awesome people in the stream tonight. We got Grateful Mouse. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And Texas to Nevada, Jim Bro chilling out with us. I think Grateful Mouse was in a. Did you say he was in a tournament this weekend? I want to feel like he. I want to say he was.
Oh, we have a new emote, dude. Emoticon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hell.
We've got that GG emoticon.
Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Mythical Mark. The
That's
design
really
of that
nice.
It doesn't look so bad, right?
He did a good job. Wow. Wow.
The good game bike.
Good game. Get on your bike.
Get back on your bicycle. You are done. You are finished.
Back to Russia.
Back to Russia.
What a beautiful emote. Mythical Mark is in the stream, by the way.
So I feel like, yeah, there he is. Thank you very much. That emoticon brought to you by Mythical Mark. Yep, we are on. Oh, shoot. We're on.
Doubling.
There we go. A little bit of an echo there because I didn't turn my volume down. You guys are awesome. Mythical Mark, thank you very much for that awesome emoticon. It really is cool. And really happy with it. Go get your shine box. Did you ever see Goodfellas?
Oh, a long time ago, Dutch. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to recite anything. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that was Goodfellas. It might have been Casino. No, it was Goodfellas. It was Goodfellas, right? Yeah. Joe Pesci. It might have been Casino. You know what it also could have been? It also could have been that Johnny Depp one. Gosh. All those gangster movies started just kind of meld together after a while. So good. So good. I'm gonna say that was the scene where he comes into the bar after being just getting out of prison. I'm gonna say it's Goodfellas. Is it Billy Bats? Now go home and get your shine box. He actually says, freaking shine box. Yeah. Now go home and get your freaking shine box. Not the best thing to say. Not the best thing to say. Oh man, Sharuk, we got 4th last night. 4th place. It felt like losing. It felt like losing because when we got to the final table, we were 2nd in chips. We hit just a beautiful straight on the river to just get all the chips. So we had 500,000, and the next best was 170,000. We were just kind of crushing it, and then disaster hit. We had Durden, who just kind of hit us with a relentless serious Sharuk of 3-bet. And so finally we were like, okay, we're going to get ready for it. Let's raise with these pocket 10s. And he just, instead of 3-betting, now he just shoves all in. I'm like, oh, snap call. He turns over King 6. He catches it on the, I think it was just right there on the flop. I think it was just like King on the flop, and he's in good shape. So all of a sudden we go from a massive chip leader to now in 2nd place, and kind of floundered around a little bit, and just honestly just kind of lost it. I feel like at that point, after I lost that hand, the chances of us getting 4th were pretty good. Mentally, I fell apart, and you look how we got knocked out. I mean, we ended up. When it was 4-handed, losing, getting our whole stack in. We had the guy covered by like 6,000. He goes and ends up winning it. We got it all in pre-flop against him with a pocket pair versus a King Jack, and his King Jack offsuit hit.
Hey, Grateful Mouse has been a subscriber for 6 months in a row, Dutch.
No kidding. That is as far back as I can remember. Grateful Mouse, thank you so much.
And Brett Favre God Mode
Really
is in the
appreciate it,
house.
man.
He is back. He
And
loves
Brett
the
Favre.
team.
Love seeing you here, man. Love seeing you with the that sub badge too. Really awesome of you to click on that sub button the other night. Checkered Karma, howdy Dutch. Ready for some final tables? I feel it coming. We've got to redeem ourselves after last night's blow up. Final table blow up. Oh my gosh. Poker Mindset Coach, great to see you in the stream. We've got a Sharuk 10. I'll make sure to do some highlighting and put it on YouTube too. It was a fun journey. It was a fun roller coaster ride, but that's just the way tournaments end. They always end on a wreck. They always end on the downswing.
Always.
Very rarely do you actually end a tournament really happy.
Well, you're not supposed to win them all, that's for sure.
No, you're not. But we're supposed to win them all.
That's right.
Okay, God and me, we're gonna go ahead and inflate this pot a little bit. We've got position. We've got what figures to be the best hand. Not
you playing
the
two,
best
or are you just
flop.
playing one? You're playing one.
Right now, we're just playing the one,
Okay.
the weekend warm up,
The 50.
the 3rd biggest tournament of the week. God and me getting stubborn here. Fires out. 270.
Where's that weekend warm up? Oh, there it is.
Guess we're just done with it. Click you in
And
the
that's
stream. Great to
okay.
see you. We got Hark Nasty in the stream. Chinch Dog, Frost 79. You guys are awesome. Great to see all of you guys here. To those about to grind, we salute you. If you're on your own poker grind tonight, I wish you the best of luck. Let's make some final tables together, guys.
Also,
Let's do it.
Devs Tom 30 says, just created a Twitch for you, Boyd. Been watching you on Twitch and YouTube for a while now. Love your play. Love your talk about poker. Just created a new account on Twitch.
Devs Tom 30, welcome to Twitch, man.
Welcome.
Great to see you here in the stream. Awesome to have you here.
How many did you start? How many chips did you start Dutch with in this tournament? Darth Quan wants to know.
8,000.
8,000? 8K. Okay.
Checkered Karma. Where's the eye patch? You like it? You like it? You know, yesterday I was like, you know what? This has got to go.
Oh, yeah.
This
Dutch.
has got to go. We're going the whole way.
Dutch was so angry he tilted shave.
I tilt shaved. That's what I did.
He
I was
did.
like,
He went to the bath. He stormed off into the bathroom, and I was like, okay. Came out looking like a new man.
Feeling good too. Oh man, B-Trail says, is it wrong to do this? I went and played live 1-3 no limit. I sat down, doubled up with pocket aces, and left within 25 minutes of sitting down. Is that wrong? I mean, it's never wrong to get up from the table. I would say though that if you're there to play poker, go ahead and play poker. If you shouldn't have a stop win. We talk about that a lot. Let's go ahead and make the call here. I'm a little bit worried that God and Me is going to show up with an ace. He's betting pretty quick. Wow. Now he just bets 30. Ace deuce. Okay, buddy. What a river value bet. I bet 30. How much more could he have gotten from us? He probably could have gotten about 400. That was not a good bet. I mean, I can kind of understand what he's trying to accomplish there. First off, he's making sure that he gets paid off because I'm never folding for 30. Second, he's kind of making it a blocker bet, but at the same time, I'm looking at that thinking he's really leaving a lot of value on the table. If he thinks that he has the best hand, then go ahead and can get called with worse, then go ahead and fire out. If he thinks that if he thinks that he's not going to get called, he's probably better off trying to induce a bluff, and I think that checking does a better job at that than betting 30. When he bets 30, I'm thinking, so that means that 19 times out of 20 he's sitting here with some weak ace and he just doesn't want to he doesn't want me to raise, but if I do raise he's gonna call. So go ahead and let me see it.
What is this, a different one are you talking about? I'm watching the 50. Are you watching something else?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the 50.
Oh, let you see what's going on right now?
The hand before.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you
We're talking about the past.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a long time ago.
We're talking about one hand ago. Oh, man. So, yeah, I probably should have gotten away from it on the turn, really. He fires out. But then I'm thinking, oh, well, I've got some outs now. I've got 3 jacks. I've got 2 kings. I've got 4 tens. So I'll go ahead and take a look. Let's do a little set mining against God and Me.
I like set mining. What about quad mining?
Let's do some quad mining.
So, Just Learning Poker says, hello, Mr. Boyd. I am watching all of the WSOPs from 2002 onward, and it is exciting to see you play. Without any spoilers, is there any year that you would recommend as one which you played really well?
Well, Devs Tom, I like the...
No, that's from Just Learning Poker, but Devs Tom did just sub.
Oh, Devs Tom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Devs Tom just subbed. You know what? I don't think I have my alerts up yet. Devs Tom.
Yes, you don't.
Let me get those alerts up. And I got to tell you, man, I really appreciate you clicking on that sub button. Really, really happy to have you here on Twitch. Awesome to see you here, man. I apologize too. Didn't get these. I didn't get this sub alert up.
And I want everyone to know I woke up Dutch on time.
I'm sorry, Devs Tom. But Devs Tom, thank you so much for supporting the stream by clicking on that sub button and being here. And we're going to send over a DRM-free digital version of my book, Poker Tilt. So check that out. If you've got like a tablet, like an iPad or a Kindle, it works really well on those. If you don't, you can always just read it on your your desktop with a PDF reader. I would recommend Comic Rack, a free PDF reader for all of your ebook needs.
Hey, JD Cole's in the stream.
Oh, JD Cole, it's great to see you, man. Great to see you. Yeah, you like it? You inspired me, my friend.
Oh, yes. His tilt shave.
Yeah, so Jim Bro just whispered me. Yeah, so Grateful Mouse was at the WSP circuit. He was at the WSP circuit in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
And about 25 spots away from the bubble. But had a good time. Had a good time. It doesn't feel better the closer you get. But, yeah. Well played, and sir.
We have bad news, by the way. We can't make it to the run-it-up because Dutch has a Money 2020.
I was looking at the calendar and I was like, okay, I just need to make sure that this is going to work out. It's not going to work out, guys. I feel very embarrassed about it. I feel pretty embarrassed about it. But I have a Money 2020 hackathon in Vegas that I've invited a couple developers to, and we're putting together a team. I don't know quite what we're gonna do yet. J-Chack, look at him, open limping, now raising. Is he trapping us? He could. He's got such a hard on for us.
He knows that. We did get the. Anyways, we should just fold, Dutch.
I'm not folding. Why would I fold?
I don't know what you have.
You don't even know what I have.
You have. Do you have King 9?
You don't even know what I have.
I hope you have King 9.
I'm not folding this, dude.
Well, he's gonna check.
I'm at least gonna make him fade 3 cards for his whole stack.
He's gonna check. Oh wow, that's a big bet. It's a weird bet. What sign is that? Is that Pisces? He's a Pisces. Very emotional Pisces. Or is that not? Let's see, Pisces.
Yeah, nice hand there, J-Chack. Thank you, J-Chack, for letting me see it.
What
nice hand.
Have aces?
8-2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He showed it to you?
Of course he showed it to me.
Oh.
Of course he showed it to me. Okay, no more influencing the show. I'm probably calling him off on Ace Queen if it wasn't for a little voice in my head that said, "Oh, you should probably fold."
That was me.
You should probably just fold.
Look,
no, I shouldn't probably just fold. This guy has such a hard on to beat us. Such a hard on to beat us that he's going to open limp with 8-2.
Of course.
And then decide to go ahead and dust off $100 like it's nothing for him. It must be nice, Mr. Hoffman. It must be nice.
He must have saw the bike.
Yeah. We got
get on your bike.
GG is
get on your bike.
An emoticon in Jed Hoffman's honor right there.
That's right.
So we got JD Cole, HV2 qualifiers, and Blackhawk. Here I come. Need to put me put my FanDuel money to good use. Just hit another big DFS lineup, head-to-head in 50-50 Rock. So what are the chances that we hit an ace or a queen there, and we end up just being able to check call on the flop?
Oh, I wish
and
you did.
Check the rest of it on the end. What are the chances that we decide? I mean, we almost called him off just with our ace high. Almost called him off with just our ace high, just because it was like this guy's just on some stupid move, and it's so transparent that we're sitting here thinking, we should just call him with ace high because it's good. But then I'm like, whatever. You know what? If he wants it so bad, he can have it. He's gonna go ahead and spend $100 to prove a point that he can't be pushed around.
Hey, okay. Paul DeWall is here. He just made a Twitch.
Paul DeWall, great to see you in the stream,
he's right
man.
There. Did he not have
great
one
to see
before?
You in the stream. I don't think so.
Oh, well,
so
welcome,
Paul.
Paul.
2 to our left. Strong player on WSOP. Great to see you. Always a pleasure to see you, Mr. DeWald. Got a chance to meet him really briefly at the World Series, too.
Nice. Did you give him a... Oh, you have a little fish on him, too.
So, if we're going to not call with ace high, then 66% of the time, J-Chack wins our 1,500, And 33% of the time, he loses his 1,500 plus another 2,300 on the flop, plus another bullet if he decides to go the whole way with it, which I think he would. So, is it a good move? No. No, it's not a good move. It's not a good move, and it's especially not a good move when we're in a situation where maybe we're even going to call him off with our ace-queen. Looking at ace-queen and saying, you know what, we actually have the best hand here. So, whatever. Would have loved it if would have loved it
if XML is just quiet.
If XML was just quiet, and I was like, okay, and now we're going to make the call with ace high here.
But you would have looked so amazing too.
I'm sorry. It would have looked better.
I'm conservative. If I was doing JD Cole's assessment, I would be assessed as being too conservative, I suppose.
I am a little bit irritated. If he's trying to get under my skin, it worked.
Aww.
I am a little bit irritated because it's like it's like, okay, the move is to call. I know it's to call.
Okay, well don't listen to me. I'm just watching.
No more influencing. Okay, no more influencing.
Wait, where's my wand?
I don't need advice from. I don't need your advice on how to play a hand.
Here's my magic dragon. I don't have anything magical.
Okay, guys, we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some coffee.
I can get some coffee. Bullet? Is that Phil Hellmuth's bullet?
Yeah. So we got the Phil Hellmuth dodging bullets emoticon, which is pretty cool. I like it too. I think it looks pretty slick.
I like that.
So what are we doing now? Pocket threes. We've got Paul DeWalt coming in with a raise. We've got J-Chak coming in with a call. We've got Castor coming in with a call. And now we got Greg GR 2009 raising it.
Oh.
We can kind of figure it'd probably get 4-1 here.
Oh my gosh.
Do we set mine? Yeah. We could, but I'm not really convinced that we're going to be able to even see a flop there. A lot of times we're going to call and it's going to induce Castor or J-Chak or Paul DeWalt to make the squeeze, so we'll just get out of the way.
So you met Paul DeWalt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it. Are we dropping frames? No, I got a little lag there.
Yeah, we just dropped some frames. A few frames. Dropped a couple of frames. No problem. No big deal. Yeah, so here we have Paul DeWald making the shove, and it looks like our pocket threes would have been in pretty bad shape. We would have made the call, and yes, indeed, would have induced a squeeze play from Paul DeWald or Jesus Lover.
Wow.
Nice catch there, DeWald on the river. Greg GR looking just done. Greg GR being like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with poker. It says pending. I don't think he's pending, though. I think that he is out for the count, looking down and deciding, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and not take that 2 hour deep add-on. 8,000 chips, the double add-on. I'm not going to take it. That's what Greg says. I'm not giving you guys any more money. Man, if you're not going to take that add-on, if you're not willing to go the whole way with it, you shouldn't be playing this event. And yet there he is. Greg GR 2009 finished. Captain Cruz 321 also not taking the add-on. Not that great, man. Paul DeWald saying, I won't be twitching until January, going for this WSOP Online Player of the Year thing, and they force you to mass multi-table sit-and-goes.
Yeah.
So, what's up with that, Paul DeWald? What is up with that? What are your feelings? What are your thoughts on that whole Carlos Danger situation?
Is Carlos Danger, is he gone?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. He didn't argue or anything about it?
I mean, he's still hoping that maybe they'll reverse their decision.
Oh, wow.
Good news for Paul DeWald. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a little bit of controversy at wsop.com. Let me see if he actually went to the forums yet. I don't really feel like...
I think it's kind of a private issue, though, wasn't it?
But maybe Paul DeWald has some inside information. Anyway, the way they have this wsop.com online poker player of the year set up is it's weighted quite heavily towards sit and goes. In fact, you're not going to be able to win it unless you just multi-table sit and goes all day. And then at the end of the year, what do you get? You get a ring, you get $10,000, you get a VIP treatment and an invite to the Poker Hall of Fame dinner, and your name in lights. Is it worth getting? Sure. Yeah, it's worth getting. So Carlos Danger spent the first 7 months of this year getting it. He was crushing it, first place by a pretty wide margin. I haven't seen him around lately. I haven't seen him on the site lately. Why? I guess he mouthed off to some support people, and they banned him. And he had such a dominating lead, so basically that ended up costing him $10,000 in like real money.
He might be going to the
door,
commission.
Opening the door to Paul DeWald to take that first place spot. So, yeah, interesting drama on WSP.com. Okay, let's make the fold here. Jack 2 offsuit, nowhere really to go with it. We got Devs Tom 30 saying, Dutch, been wanting to ask you this for a while. What would you say the best option is for live events for a poker player that is from the UK? I'm 21 and have been playing online since I was 16. In the last 2 years, I've had a pretty strong game. Taking down a few tournaments, I've built up an okay balance on my PokerStars account and can only play on days off from work. I love all aspects of poker, and I feel I finally want to branch into some live tournaments. Great question, Devs. If I was in your spot, first off, I'm quite jealous that you get to play on all those PokerStars events. I mean, UK is probably the best place to be a poker player right now. I don't think that I don't think they tax gambling winnings for one. You can play with the rest of the world on PokerStars and Full Tilt. It's a very, very quick and easy flight to pretty much everywhere in Europe, including, let me take a look at Google Flights here really quick. Let me take a look here. If you are in London, so if you're going from Heathrow and you're going to, let's just say, yeah, you got a $128 round trip flight nonstop, 2 hours from London Heathrow to Berlin. And I'll tell you what, Devs Tom, that wsop Europe coming up in Berlin, we're looking at a, let's go and make a call here against Jesus Lover. Do a little quad mining. Hit it? No, we do not hit it. So this is a player that decided not to 3-bet with ace-king offsuit when it went raise, call, 3-bet, fold. He decided to just call with his ace-king. Are we going to put him on, now he has ace-king and just not 3-betting? No. We're set mining pre-flop, and if we don't hit that set, then we're throwing it away. Okay, so the Oktoberfest. The $550 buy-in, no limit hold'em. It's actually a euro, 550 euro buy-in, no limit hold'em event in Berlin, October 9th. Devs Tom 30, man. If you're thinking about branching out, that would be the perfect opportunity to do it. Take a little time off, take a holiday, book a round trip, $128 nonstop round trip flight from London to Berlin through Ryanair. $128. So you fly out to Berlin, do a little Airbnb for that weekend. Maybe rent a car or just use public transit or whatever. You can go play this 550 euro buy-in. That's what I would do if I were you. As it is, I'm tempted to jump on a 16-hour flight from Vegas to Ireland to Germany just to do it as well, because that $550 buy-in Oktoberfest wsop event, a bracelet event, figures to be probably the highest ROI of any tournament in Europe. Period. Higher ROI than anything you're going to see on PokerStars. Higher ROI than anything you're going to see in the EPT or anything. That $550 buy-in Oktoberfest event in Berlin is the one that, if I were you, I would play. And if you end up going out there, why don't you shoot me a line, Devs Tom? I'll ship over a couple of fist bump patches for you. You can represent the little fist bump. Represent the crew while you're out there taking down your first bracelet. That would be really awesome. I'd love to see it, man. So, 4-3 offsuit against our friend Jay Chak. We'll just get out of his way. Blobo259 saying we look younger with the shaved head. I feel like it's probably better just to go the whole way. Just say, you know what, I'm balding? No, I'm not balding anymore. Not balding anymore. Now I'm just bald. Grateful Mouse. Grateful Mouse with what a line. Dropped frames is better than dropped babies. Do you agree with that, Michelle?
Excuse me, wasn't paying attention. What?
Nothing. Guys, we're going to be right back. Okay, we're back. We're back having some.
You helped me find it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. So we just got a new. Sub. Harden the Mac. Supporting the stream by clicking on that subscribe button. You're awesome, man. Thanks so much. We're gonna go ahead and send over a DRM-free digital version of my book Poker Tilt. It's my way of saying thank you to you. It works for your Kindle, your Nook, your iPad, your smartphone, your desktop reader. Harden the Mac. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Is it Harden or Hardline? I always get confused with the capital I's and the L's. Is it Hardline or Harden? I think it's Harden. Let me go ahead and make. Let me just go. Yeah, that's Harden. Harden the Mac. Harden the Mac. Great to see you in the stream, man. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. If there's anything, Harden, if there's anything I can do for you, I want you to let me know. And that's it. That goes the same to all of you subs. It goes double to everybody who's resubbed, triple to everybody who's been here for 3 months in a row. And our oldest hats, like Grateful Mouse, 6 months. You're awesome, man. We got Anaconda High Low chilling out in the stream with us. Great to see you, my friend. Let's go ahead and make the call here with an 8-9 of hearts. Getting down to that 4,000 mark, so I kind of feel like we can take some chances to lose 816 of our stack and get another rebuy in. Pippin87, great to see you, man, in the stream. Rottweiler, awesome to see you too. We also have J Nature here. And Lions Den says, just like if you have a 200,000 bankroll, take a shot at the main, plus you can always sell action. That is right. That is right. You can take a shot like once a year for like 5% of a bankroll in an event like that. It's really like a can't miss event. Lions Den, I'm going to agree with that. I think that Oktoberfest is a can't miss event. I believe that is a can't miss event. What do we do with the bottom end of a straight here? What are we looking at with our 8? We've got an aggressive player, Caster, firing at a half pot size bet with 3 diamonds on the board. Does he have to have a king? No, he doesn't have to have a king. He doesn't have to have a king. Let's go ahead and make the call here. Dodge a diamond, I suppose. Check. And, well, maybe we don't even check now. Maybe we just go ahead and, maybe we just go ahead and let him call off a 556 bet from us. 566 bet. Looks like he did have the king. We were drawing dead on the flop to an 8. Pippin87 saying poor Dutch, did he get coolered? Nope. Nope. Lost my hair though. Flatty28, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
I haven't seen Flatty in a while.
Flatty28, what have you been up to, man? Yeah, I don't think you've seen him since you got back from Seattle, right?
Maybe.
We got to take the girls out for a little dinner.
Yeah,
sometime
maybe.
soon, Flatty.
Monday, maybe.
Yeah, I would be down. And Nilesy, great to see you. Great to see you. Anaconda says GG also looks like a very small terrier dog wearing GG rollerblades. A very small terrier dog wearing GG rollerblades. It kind of does, doesn't it?
Does it? I don't know. I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I kind of see it. So it's like
I don't see
it's the terrier. The seat of the bike is the terrier's head.
The seat of the bike is his head.
The handlebars.
Yeah.
The handlebars is the tail.
Aww.
Mythical Mark, just dazzling
really
us with his graphic design skills, making a double image like that.
Wow.
Is it a bike or is it a dog? It could be.
Oh, he's out of town
till anything.
Vladdy's out of town till Tuesday.
Okay.
Maybe Tuesday, and then we'll do. Well, he's I don't know where he's at. So.
So let me take a look here. I think that I got a whisper that I kind of ignored.
Oh,
I didn't mean to ignore.
Long time ago.
Mason Jercier asking, did you happen to watch the Chicago Joey podcast with Jason Moe?
Did you?
No. Do you know who Jason Moe is?
Isn't he coming to our stream? I thought. Oh, that's your other friend, Cajun guy.
Yeah. So Jason Moe is a professional poker player.
Okay.
He is he tweets a lot.
Oh, Twitter.
His
Okay.
Twitter username is cuntykakes123.
Cunty?
Cunty cakes.
Like a cunt. Like cunt or like a cunt. like
yeah.
like what is it again?
Like the only way that it can be. That's
So what does it say it again?
I now I've offended myself.
So it's cunty cakes. That's
yes.
cool. Okay.
And
so wait. Before we start
he's
this
the
rant,
one.
we're supposed to
We are gonna like take over the
respect his
world.
opinion because
It's
his name is
hard.
Cunty Cakes.
It's hard to respect the opinion of a guy
who goes by Cunty Cakes.
who decides that that's how he wants to represent himself to the world. He's like, I'm going to call myself Cunty Cakes. Yeah. Jason, so Mr. Moe is the one who in Barcelona had 40,000 tournament chips taken from his stack.
Which one? Wait, who had it taken?
Jason Moe.
He's the one that had the money taken.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Now it wasn't as bad of a ripoff as Ansky, who just had $18,000 basically in real cash pushed the other way, because the other guy was able to point to some silly technicality after they decided to run it twice. This was just a case of he goes on break and some guy also goes on break, and while the other guy's going on break, he says, "Oh, take some chips off of Jason Moe's stack, puts them in his pocket."
As a joke?
Puts them in his pocket.
As a joke?
No, not as a joke. Not as a joke. As a way of ripping this guy off, Jason Moe. Jason Moe comes back. He's like, "What? I had 360,000 chips. Now I have 320,000 chips. Check the cameras." Barcelona's like, "We don't got no cameras." It's like, there's got to be cameras, and there's no cameras here. You don't even have like fake dummy cameras. Not even like just like a lens to make us think that there's Nope, there's no cameras here. That would they'd just be for show anyway. So why do we need them? We don't need no cameras. And Jason Moe's like, that's a double negative. And then he's like going to the Twitterverse. So So he got a lot of people behind him, but then, yeah, let's just get it in there. If Jesus Lover has us beat, then we'll just get that double rebuy in. And indeed, we're looking at Jacks versus Queens. He does have one of the three hands we're worried about. We're back up to 8,000, guys. Yeah. Poker becoming more expensive for us today. That's okay.
So is it a cunt with a C or a K?
C.
Oh, okay. I was looking for his Twitter handle.
Yeah, Jason Moe. So what does he do? Just to prove a point, he takes 20,000 off the other guy's stack next to him while the dealer's there, because the tournament director's like, well, that's impossible. What do you mean it's impossible? No one can take chips off of your stack because the dealer's right there. He's looking out for you. He's like, oh yeah? Then how did I get this off of that guy's stack while the dealer was right there? How do you explain that? Throws it back at him, So this is Jason Moe. Mason Jercier has been following him, and people like him. Except, not really. People don't like him. And then the other day he went on Chicago Joey's podcast, Joey Ingram's podcast, and went off on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, his name is Cunty Cakes 123.
123. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that part because I was like, who the heck
Yes,
is
because
this
Cunty
person?
Cakes was already taken.
Yeah, I went to it. Somebody named
we had-
Hillary.
Really?
Hillary is the name. I'm like, Hillary.
Oh my god.
So I was like, what is going on here?
So this is the guy. This is
Maybe
the guy
he
who
means
is
it like
instead of,
in an Asian way because he is Asian. Maybe it's like a food. He looks like doesn't look like he's a mean person. He looks like a nice person. Is this him? He has this Bradzer thing going on.
I don't know what he's got going on.
Okay, so he went crazy on.
He went crazy on Joey Ingram's thing about Twitch. He called Staples all sorts of names and said anyone
really?
who watches Twitch is an idiot. He made it personal. So, yeah, Jason Moe, Cunty Cakes 123. I did see it, Mason. I didn't watch the podcast. I don't really watch the Ingram podcast that often. Sometimes, if I've seen it maybe two times before. I met Joe Ingram earlier this year. He seems like a real cool, real chill guy. I think. I
guess we'll have to listen to the podcast before anything.
Before we say anything disparaging about Cunty Cakes 123.
Well, he said it about himself, but I mean, I didn't listen to the podcast, so I don't know what he's saying.
I don't either. I'm just going from like secondhand and third-hand accounts. But what I do know is when I heard that he had gone off on Twitch, I checked out his Twitter and I saw him and Matt Stout going back and forth.
Oh, okay.
And Matt Stout
arguing about it.
Had just my favorite tweet where he said something like, "You know what? I refuse to explain to somebody named Cunty Cakes why they're a douchebag."
Right?
Oh, man. Mathematics saying, Dutch, I have a strategy question. I never change or adjust my bet sizing in tourneys other than tapering. Definitely never based on hand strength, of course. But how do you feel about adjusting raise sizing based on ability of player in the big blind? This is just for button versus blind steals. There's a reason I'm thinking about this. Just want to hear your thoughts before I explain. BCLV, I think that, if you are going to adjust your pre-flop raises, I think that adjusting it based on your opponent is on the one hand, I would say yes. On the one hand, I would say it's a good idea because it's basically you're playing an exploitative game. I don't like the word exploitative. I like the word exploitive. I don't think we really need an extra ative. Just exploitive. It's going to turn into exploitive. I would make a bet the English language goes this way. Both exploitative and exploitive both of those words are accepted. They're in the dictionary, but exploitative is used a lot more. I think it's going to go exploitive. If I could bet on which word survives in the next 500 years, it's going to be exploitive. My money's on exploitive, so we're going to say exploitive in this stream. So what you're saying here is, what do you think about adjusting your pre-flop raise amount based on the players that you're raising? What do you think about that? You're basically trying to play an exploitive game, okay? And in poker, you pretty much have to decide whether you want to try going for an exploitive game or a GTO game. And there's a big difference, right? The GTO game is basically like this. You are trying to play a perfect playing style where anybody who even knows how you're playing, even you give them the recipe book and say this is how I'm going to play, still can't do anything about it. Still can't play in a way that exploits you. So a lot of people look at that and say, well, when you're playing in a GTO style kind of way, you're giving up a lot of equity because you're not getting full value in situations, and you're not in situations where you could that this guy's going to call it a 2-point-X big blind raise, and you don't want him to call, so you're better off making it 3 because your chance of getting through this particular opponent is better with 3 versus 2, or like you said, the big blind is actually pretty decent. You would actually like to not have to play against a big blind, or the big blind is actually really piss poor, and you want to induce him to come and play a lot of pots with you. So what you're talking about is adjusting your play style in order to exploit your opponents, right? And that's not wrong. That's a good way of thinking about it. And in fact, when you're sitting at the table, a lot of times that exploitive style can end up taking a lot more money quicker than a GTO type style. The only problem is when you try to exploit the mistakes of other people, you in turn become exploitable. So it's a fine line, and it's kind of one of those just fundamental, like, which ways do you want to go? Do you want to play, do you want to try to go for a perfect GTO style of poker playing, or do you want to go for an exploitive style of poker playing where you're trying to take advantage of the mistakes other people are making, even if that means that you start making, plays that can in turn be exploited? I think that, for me, I think that the GTO style is the way to go. I think that when you're in a situation where you're like, how much should I bet here? You go ahead and try to exploit the tendencies of your opponent, but really you should try to play in a way. This is my approach to the game. You should try to play in a way where, if they know how you're playing, they can't beat you, right? If they know your playbook, they can't beat you. GTO versus exploitive. So you'll never see me doing things like this guy did, where he's betting 30 into a 900 pot. You'll never see me do that, because that is a very exploitive move. It's not a GTO move. It's an exploitive move. He's trying to exploit me to do something, and in that situation, I don't know what he wanted me to do. I don't know if he wanted me to, if he was trying to induce a bluff, or if he just didn't want me to bet. Whatever it was, I'm telling you that was not a GTO. That was an exploitive. Okay, and I'm more erring towards the GTO route. I think that is, that has a better future. I think that it's, you can take a good solid GTO game, plop it down, and never have to worry about losing. But you're not going to win as much either. So I think that theoretically the GTO route is the way that poker will eventually go, and it will get closer and closer to approaching that game theoretically optimal point. What should you do? I mean, if you are going to adjust your pre-flop raise amounts, I think that adjusting it based on notes and reads of your opponents is probably a better way to do it than just your own hand strength. I would say, though, that one thing that we're not very good at as people is understanding how other people see us. You might think what opponents are going to, how opponents are going to react to what you're doing, but you might just end up leveling yourself into playing a losing game. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Guys, we are on break. I'm going to take advantage of it. 2 minutes. We'll be right back. I don't believe it. Okay, so we are back. We are back. 7,880. In for 4 bullets. And
4 bullets?
That's right. This tournament is costing us $200 right now because we're making all the wrong moves.
I didn't know you made 4 bullets.
Not getting away from hands that we should with those jacks, not calling with hands that we should with that ace queen. Just sprinkling a little bit of money to Jesus Lover, sprinkling a little bit of money to J-Chack, sprinkling a little money to the rest of the table. But it doesn't matter. The real tournament doesn't start for another 55 minutes. When the rebuy period is over, when the add-on period is over, when every decision could be your last. And unless you have the chip bleed, in which case you've got some error, some room for error. So let me take a look. There is a 3K re-entry. Maybe I'll play that in the background. There's also a $10 rebuy and add-on. Do we want a multi-table today? Do we want to up those chances of making a final table?
I have no opinion. I
know that's not true.
Yeah, I say play them all. I say you play eight of them. No.
8 tournaments.
I say you give me money and let me play. I'm thinking about jumping into this dollar one. This $1 no limit hold'em that starts in 13 minutes.
I think that would be kind of fun to watch.
But it's not like an add-on a rebar or nothing. It's just a whole dollar. And then in 40 minutes, there's a free roll. I already registered in that one, it looks like. And then I have this. I'm playing all the free rolls tonight. Oh, snap. No, I'm not going to spend any of my dollars.
So mathematics saying, well, I think there's a balance between exploitive and GTO. When thinking about regs that understand MDF, GTO, and fish that don't, do you know what MDF stands for, Michelle?
MDF.
F.
MDF. Major explicit bad word fight. What is it?
MDF stands for minimum defense frequency. The idea is, what is the minimum percentage of time you have to call a bet or a raise in order to prevent it from just being immediately profitable. MDF, minimum defense frequency. Usually it's talked about in terms of, let's say you're the big blind and someone raises your big blind. How often do you have to defend? What percentage of hands do you have to defend? What does your range have to be in order for that blind steal not to just be automatically profitable? It's also talked about in terms of river bet decisions.
But what was it? I was answering this very good question someone had asked me.
So
what did it mean?
I'm more saying it for this stream, but
so
basically MDF, what mathematics is talking about. MDF is an abbreviation for minimum defense frequency. The idea is, what percentage of time do you have to, say, defend your big blind against a raise? A lot of times it ends up rearing its head when you're in cash games and everyone folds to the small blind.
I like mine better.
And then the idea is, okay, well, what's the MDF here of the big blind? Where if the small blind raises 3 times the big blind, how often does the big blind need to call for this not to just be automatically profitable? It also kind of rears its head in terms of river decisions. Like let's say you're looking at a pair of 3s and you don't hit your 3, the board runs out and it's all scary, and you check. Well, what percentage of the time do you have to call with a pair of threes where a river bluff is not just auto profitable for him? MDF, minimum defense frequency. Running Deuces. Running Deuces says, when people lose their edge in the game, they revert to GTO, which is why most old, beaten-down men are GTO. They can't outthink their opponents anymore. Well, that's the nice thing about GTO is you don't need to. You know, with GTO, you don't need to. But it's an ideal. That's that's the funny thing when people talk about, well, that's not GTO. You got no equity. It's an ideal. It's an imaginary, theoretical ideal. There is no such thing as game theory optimal because poker hasn't been solved. Poker hasn't been solved. We don't know. We can come up with little toy games, but those toy games always look so simple. They're always such a simplified, dumbed down, watered down version of what poker actually is. It's always heads up examples of small blind versus big blind, or a river confrontation, and it doesn't, it completely discounts the richness of the game. But it is the ideal, It is kind of funny too. The Running Deuces' line, it is pretty funny. Oh man, Running Deuces is GTO equals checkers, exploitative equals chess. I'm gonna start. I look forward to the day when exploitative gets the little red under squiggly line. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Exploitive. Bobby Big Buy-in. Oh, man.
What did Bobby say about what?
Oh, Bobby Big Buy-in in the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and make the fold. Make the fold again. Sunday 420. What is our minimum defense frequency? What's our MDF? Is a queen 3 offsuit in the range? I don't know. Probably. Bobby Big Buy-in. Bobby Big Buy-in saying, holy F, I'm so amped up for this M. Night movie. I don't think anyone's ever said that before. I don't think anyone has ever said those words before.
Said what? What words? I was listening.
I do like M. Night. M. Night Shyamalan. Is that how you say his last name? Shyamalan? I like it. I like him. I think M. Night is a talent. I feel like he's an American treasure. Lady in Water, I liked it. Signs, I liked it. What else did he have? Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. What was that Marky Mark movie where all the plants came alive and the one was like, "Yay!"
Oh, that was funny.
What was that movie?
The breather plants. The Happening.
The Happening.
The Happening.
That was pretty freaky. And what was the one where the lady in the woods or something is trying to get away from her village? I've seen all of M. Night's, all of his whole filmography. I've seen it.
Yeah,
you know what? I even liked Avatar.
Yeah, I did. I thought Avatar was an abomination. Please don't speak of it again.
I thought it was good.
Abomination. Jeez.
Before we watched that Avatar movie, Michelle had me sit down and watch
every single one of
the whole Avatar: The Airbender on Nickelodeon,
which was very awesome.
Very good, very good. If you have kids, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it, even if you don't.
It's really good. You learn a lot of lessons of life and being a good person.
Yes.
And you'll play better poker.
So then we watched the movie. Avatar the movie, and I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't horrible. It just needed to be longer and have more depth. It didn't have depth and had a lot of montage, and he was like trying to condense all the depth into a 2-hour movie. We watched hours of Aang.
Yeah, I mean that
was
like 23 episodes in a season.
Yeah, and there's 4 seasons, or maybe
Yeah.
I think there's 4 seasons.
How are you going to condense it all?
Yeah, and it's so good. It's such a rich and deep storyline, and it's so great. So, I mean, it was a good attempt, though.
I thought it was great.
And the lady kept on enunciating
Wonderful.
Aang's name wrong. Ong.
Oh yeah.
That was the most aggravating thing.
That was really irritating.
Because in the whole
gonna have to
cartoon,
agree.
they call him Aang, and in the movie, she starts calling him Ong.
And it's like, who does he think he is?
Who does she think she is?
Who does M. Night think he is, changing the name of the main character?
It's like he never even watched the cartoon.
It is. It was exactly like that. It's like he didn't even know. He didn't even watch him. Paul DeWald saying he's in 22 tables. Do we believe that? Yeah, for sure. Paul DeWald's a champion. Paul DeWald's a champ. I bet that he's.
He has to, doesn't he? Is he multi-tabling to win?
Yeah, he's going for that Player of the Year.
It's really hard. I can only do like 2 barely, maybe 3, but 2 is really hard. What's the most that you can juggle, Dutch?
I mean,
6?
I've juggled
12.
I've juggled
17?
that many before. I've got 2 monitors set up. I could I start getting uncomfortable at 8. 8, I start getting really uncomfortable.
Start
and that's
making mistakes.
That's when that's without having to worry about like other things going on. A little dog asked him to go out, refilling my coffee, hanging out on a stream. 6, I'm comfortable with. 6, I'm all day, just cruising through, no problem. But when I was, before Black Friday, when I was multi-tabling, I was really just focusing mainly on 4. Doing 4 tables and doing them well. You start losing, you definitely start losing some of your edge the more tables you put on, and you start getting to a point of diminishing returns where you add another table, and it takes off more of your ROI than it adds. So there is a perfect line, but you should always be trying to push that multi-table line just a little bit further, because the more comfortable you get, the more you're able to expand it without it really dropping your ROI much. But yeah, I mean, you get too many tables in, and you really just start going autopilot on it, which is not what you want to do. So
Dutch, come here often?
I got to get. I'm getting a couple of other tables going up.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna multi-table. Are you?
I am multi-tabling.
But not like 5 tables.
We're doing the $30 re-entry.
Oh, don't.
We're doing the $50 weekend warm-up. We're doing, sometimes a little autopilot is okay. Sometimes a little, how many plane wrecks are due to, a fault with the autopilot? It's always pilot error.
Okay.
So let's do a little autopilot today. You know what? It's okay. We've got the $50 weekend warm-up as our featured event. We've already gone through...
Oh, The Village was the other movie.
The Village.
That was,
right.
Duh. They were in a village.
They were in a village. So what do you want to call
good.
this movie?
The Village. The Happening.
I don't know.
People under this... No, wait. I don't know. That's different.
Lady in the Water. So what it is, it's about this girl who is in a pool. What do you want to call it?
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water? Lady in the Water. I call it Lady in the Water.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that all of his names are kind of weird. Like, very plain.
Very, very plain vanilla names. So I had this idea for a movie about this little boy who has a sixth sense. What do you want to call it? Sixth sense. So I got this movie about this guy who has a superpower and he's unbreakable. What do you want to call it? Unbreakable. Oh man. That's really awesome. I got a movie about a bunch of plants that come to life and kill everybody, and everyone's like, "It's happening."
They should have said. They should have sent.
Call it The Happening.
What was? What was that movie we just saw about the West?
Oh, what was that movie? I don't know. Was it called Into the West?
Into the West.
Is that what it was called? Those Chinese movies, man.
Well,
they do weird things in those Chinese movies.
No.
Every
I
time
like
you think that
movie.
you know what's going to happen next, they do something that completely throws you off. And it's like, I didn't realize this was a comedy. Oh, it is a comedy now. For this scene, it's a comedy. And then you're like, oh.
Journey to the West.
Journey to the West. You know what was a pretty good movie that I watched the other day, you guys? It's on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I would recommend it. It's called Slow West. It's pretty good. I'm a sucker for Westerns. Okay, Queen 2 offsuit. We've got Caster coming at us for 315. What is our MDF here? I don't know. Queen 2 offsuit. We're making the fold, Caster. We're making the fold for you, buddy. And let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this 1K deep stack RNA 2. Why not? Paul DeWald is a chip leader in this. If Paul can do it, we can do it.
OMG, Dutch. I just realized we could have and should have put a blue arrow on your head for Aang.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I have eyeliner. We can do that.
We might do that on break.
Put a little arrow on your head.
I think that's such a good idea.
The airbender. The poker bender. you can be the poker bender, the bender of cards. Why didn't we see that? I looked at your head and I was like, that's the perfect head for an arrow. A blue arrow. I mean, could you do that as an emote? Sorry.
Mason Jersey talking about
God,
Cabin
making
in the
myself
Woods.
laugh
I did like
so
that
hard.
one. I did like Cabin in the Woods, man.
Is that his movie too?
No.
Oh,
Cabin
I
in the
haven't
Woods is
seen
by
that
the
one
guy
yet.
who did Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I heard it was good. You told me it was good, right?
Actually, I was kind of surprised with it. I thought it was pretty decent. Truly did.
Cloud Orchestra asks, can you play Omaha and Hold'em at the same time, and does it affect your play if you play those games?
Absolutely. Look, if you're going to try to multi-table,
Try to do the same ones.
It's so much easier. It scales so much better if you get the same format. This is why it's harder to multi-table MTTs than it is cash games. You should generally try to multi-table the same variant. I mean, I'll tell you when it just becomes completely impossible is when you try to when you're trying to multi-table and you've got different formats of Omaha. So if you have like a limit Omaha high-low on one table and you've got PLO on the other, then you're screwed. You're going to be just going back and forth, and you'll be like, oh, ace, deuce, 3, 4, yes, raise.
Oh,
no. It's PLO. How is he raising it? Oh.
I think in one of your pineapple games you did that. You have a low.
Oh yeah. And one of
a
this
low.
in the OFC Pineapple app, one of my buddies who was friend of the stream, Kyle, not Kyle Lohman, another Kyle.
Different Kyle?
He started an OFC game with me. I didn't even realize until it was too late. I didn't even realize, guys, that he put low in the middle. So I was just I fouled a fantasy hand. I was like, oh my gosh.
I like Kipu.
So we got the Jack 9 of Diamonds, Copacetic coming in with a raise. I think that we're gonna go ahead and make just a call here. Let's flop some magic. We can do it. And we just completely whiff it.
Oh, cool. Bobby learned something this week. He learned that you can land a helicopter safely after the total engine failure.
No, I
did
didn't
not know that.
I didn't know it. Mythical Mark saying, what do you think of the new show
I
Limitless?
don't think we've seen it.
I saw the movie and it was great. The movie was with Bradley Cooper. Takes a pill.
No, but there's a show.
It's basically it's basically a movie about Adderall.
Oh.
I haven't seen the show. Are you looking it up?
No, I'm answering questions. I'm doing work. Somebody, I'm seeing if... Let's see. Bum, 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 bum,
Nuts in
bum,
your
bum,
face. Nuts in your face in the big blind. Gotta love
Nuts in your
WSOP.
face, nuts in your face. I like nuts in my face.
Got a few notes here on nuts in your face. The checked back on the flop 984, bet on turn. Nothing really great. Okay, now I guess there is a little bit of info on nuts in your face that might come in handy in the future. Ronnie Rosenthal saying, I saw Narcos. You know, we started that for about 10 minutes, but then we were so tired, we were like, you know what?
Narcos? Did we start that?
Yeah. The Netflix original.
Oh,
The one where, like, the opening scene is, like the satellite, plane and them triangulating the drug dealer.
Oh, I guess I didn't even watch.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good for a second.
Oh,
and then we stopped watching
my. Mythical Mark is very ingenious.
Cupid Stunt saying, Dutch, do you run faster now that you're super aerodynamic? I do. I shaved a little bit of, shaved a few seconds off of my my mile. Shaved a few seconds off of my my swimming mile too. Feels great, you guys. Feels awesome. Calico Jack saying, Dutch, have you seen Once Upon a Time in the West? Once Upon a Time in the West?
What's that?
My favorite
I think
Western.
We've seen that one, haven't we?
Once Upon a Time in the West is a Sergio Leone. Am I saying that right? Sergio Leone movie about a guy with a harmonica who it's about two brothers. One of them has a harmonica.
Are you talking about the movie? I can just Google it, dude.
I'm telling you about what it's about. It's one of the best westerns of all time.
What is it called? Once
Upon a Time in the West. It's about two brothers. One has a harmonica, and they're acrobats. They stand on each other's.
Oh, don't tell me because I've never seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her. It's very good.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie.
Very good if you're into acrobatic brother westerns.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Until the one day they meet a man who asks them to do a trick that they just can't do. And then it's basically a good revenge flick. It's very good. Very good. Is it my all-time favorite Western? I don't know that I would say that. My all-time favorite Western is Unforgiven. But Once Upon a Time is one of the finest Westerns out there. I'm going to have to agree with it.
Which one is it?
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so.
You know what else I really liked? It's Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I thought it was wonderful. This guy. You gotta love J-Check. You gotta love him. You guys should look at this one. What do we do here? what do we do against J-Check here? Who's decided to fire out 10 times the pot. 2,400 to win 240. We've got top pair, top kicker. Go ahead and show us the 8-2 again. You can do it, J-Check. No, can't do it that time. Can't do it that time? Okay. Window turnip. Nope, I wasn't. I just had a little haircut. Feel good. Too late to hate skate mate says, can you spare me from seeing that obsessive compulsive uncontrollable rage I saw yesterday? I'm not so sure that obsessive compulsive
That
is
is the right way, yeah.
the right word for that. Too late to hate skate, mate. I think you need to get your DSM-5 out and look up some definitions of mental disorder, because OCD that was not. But I'm going to try my best to keep it chill. I'm going to try. It hurts to lose. I don't like losing. It never feels right. It never feels good. It feels wrong to lose. So, when it happens on the stream, sometimes I kind of go off. Sometimes I have a little bit of a meltdown, but, if it happens, it happens, and you just kind of have to learn from it. Try to do better. Try to do better.
Well, I mean, you can't expect... I mean, everything is, like, we want to show you the live reactions. I mean, you can't hide them all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about Twitch. It is live, and it is true. Vegas Bell. Okay, we're going to go shoot a little pot size raise here. Basher253, I have a call with a Hog Wild Poker on Monday. So hopefully something comes out.
Yeah, hopefully. If not, Dutch has another connection. He has to email on Monday and see if we can maybe go and increase our stars. Otherwise, we have options. We're gonna try to push it along. We're gonna try to get those home games going. Let's see.
So pretty good turn card for us. I think that we can probably get Skittle 29 to fire out for us. I don't think that we really need to do much here. And at this point, we will just go ahead and put the rest of it in. If he's got a set of 10s or a set of 8s, it's going to suck. And he doesn't. He's drawn dead to 2 outs.
Oh, that was really scary. Good job.
So that's pretty nice. Back up to 14,000.
Still rebuying, huh? Gosh.
Cloud Orchestra. Says rare pick of Dutch Boyd. What's up, baby? Baby Rage. That's about right. And that is a picture of me when I was younger. You want to see a picture of me when I was younger? Well played, Cloud Orchestra.
Wow, Skittle just went crazy again.
Skittle 29?
Yeah, didn't you just rebuy?
Yeah,
Oh,
he did.
wow. Oh, man, he just really wants to double up there, I guess. But oh. No, Grateful Mouse Dutch actually shaved his head himself.
Did it myself.
He did not go to a barber.
Did it myself. Tilt shaved is what that was. Just a tilt shave. Hashtag Schwaggio saying, have you seen the trailer for the upcoming Tarantino movie, The Hateful Eight? Have you seen that movie? No. I haven't seen the trailer. I've been avoiding it. I know it's out, and it looks amazing. I love Tarantino's movies. I mean, from Reservoir Dogs on,
Well, we don't want to be spoiled with the previews.
What was Tarantino's first movie? It wasn't Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino had actually written a movie before he got the chance to direct, and I believe that it had a young Christian Slater in it. I always liked Christian Slater back then. And Bobby Big Bion and I one time met Christian Slater. This was the craziest thing. We were walking through a standard nightclub, and there he was at the bar, macking on some younger girl. And a few years ago, we'd gone to go see one of his movies, Very Bad Things. You guys might remember that. That's about the guys who come to Vegas for a bachelor party and end up killing Asa Akira, I think. Was that the porn star that they end up killing? It's a very, very bad movie. It was not a good movie. It was not a good movie. The only good thing about that movie was the main bad guy's name, which was Bobby Boyd, played by Christian Slater.
Oh.
So when we saw Christian Slater, right, we decided, well, we have to go say something. So we run up to him, and we're like, oh, Mr. Slater, Mr. Slater, it's very nice to meet you. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
And he's like, get out of here. I'm trying to get my Mac on. Get out of here, please. And we're like, big fan of your work. Love your work. In fact, my name is actually the name of one of the people that you played in Very Bad Things. He's like, huh. He's like, Bobby Boyd. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. He looked at us like, why are you talking to me right now? Because my name, Bobby Boyd. Bobby Boyd. So disappointing. I really thought that Christian Slater was going to be like, oh, that's awesome, dude. High
He didn't
five.
even care.
You changed your name?
care.
You changed your